Tonight, farmers raise concerns about an influx of Euro kangaroos and police investigate more copper thefts in Whyalla.
With the latest from around the region, your nightly news with Louise Hedger begins now.
Good evening. The reintroduction of commercial kangaroo harvesting is being considered by the New South Wales government. The West Darling Pastoralists Association says numbers are increasing with damaging effects on farming communities.
A harvesting plan awaiting the go-ahead.
Good for jobs in the bush, and it also benefits the environment, and it also benefits farming families.
The West Darling Pastoralists Association is hoping the state government hears their call about reintroducing the commercial harvesting of Euro kangaroos.
The statewide population of kangaroos peaked at a record 17.4 million in 2016. There was approximately 3 kangaroos for every sheep on the Western Plains.
The density of kangaroos said to be detrimental to the farming communities across the state. Lachlan Gall says he's disappointed to see the state government support the development of artificial kangaroo meat last week, while harvesting is on the table.
And that density of kangaroos creates competition for water and pasture resources across the landscape.
A spokesperson from the New South Wales Agriculture Minister said the association's calls have not fallen on deaf ears, asking a task force to review the situation, with its advice now being considered. Now hopes for a resolution soon.
It would incentivise harvesters to get out there and harvest more kangaroos.
Wildlife rescue organisation Rana opposes the harvesting scheme. Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
A driver has had a close call in Port Augusta after crashing their car near the Augusta Highway. The vehicle rolled onto its roof, with emergency services quickly on the scene to help the driver, who luckily escaped uninjured. The accident caused significant delays for passing motorists. Investigations are continuing into the cause of the crash. Whyalla Police is investigating the theft of a number of copper pipes stolen from properties across the city in recent months. There's an estimated 300 metres of piping stolen and 10 reported incidents since the end of July. Police are urging the public to lock up their property and remain vigilant with scrap metals that may have high market value. Anyone with information should contact Crime Stoppers. A drug action meeting held in Port Lincoln today has heard from guest speakers harrowing stories of drug use. The event aiming to start the conversation around the use of alcohol and drugs within the community and determine how the issue can be addressed.
Christine Kirchhoff has had anything but an easy life. Born in the country town of Wilcannia in New South Wales, she suffered severe childhood trauma.
Sent me over the edge. I started using heaps of drugs, alcohol.
Her father worked on the railways, regularly uprooting the family to chase his work. In Christine's early 20s, her alcohol and drug addiction had become so bad, her own family disowned her.
I ended up in and out of jail from warrants and in trouble all the time, done by the police for, break-ins and, trying to support the habit.
After losing a close friend to suicide 15 years ago, she vowed to seek help, attending support services.
I did a drug and alcohol course, and that really opened my eyes, to a lot of things, and that I can help people.
Since moving here to Port Lincoln, Christine now volunteers her time here at West Coast Community, helping others navigate through the spiral of drug addiction.
To talk openly amongst ourselves as service providers with people with experience in the room, we can all have better skills on how to support someone when they're in distress, but also when they're trying to look for a journey to recovery.
Life wasn't good back then, but now life is worth living. I'm happy.
If you or someone you know needs help, contact Lifeline on 13 11 14. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Almost 30 new cases of cancer are diagnosed in South Australia every day, and volunteers across the Spencer Gulf have today done their bit to help find a cure on Daffodil Day. One Port Pirie woman among the hundreds selling the floral bunches.
It's the special day each year where these colourful petals take centre stage. But for Joy Quinn, Daffodil Day is about much more than selling flowers.
Yeah, I got involved because my family went down a journey 10 years ago now with my husband. He died of bowel cancer.
Joy's tragic loss took a heavy toll on her and those close.
It affects family, neighbours, friends, everybody.
But even in her darkest times, there was one organisation helping her through the pain, one day at a time.
You need emotional support, physical support, lots of support's necessary, and Cancer Council were on board to help us through all that.
The Port Pirie local is now on a mission to do her part and is hoping to have sold 200 bunches of flowers by the end of today. 27 South Australians are diagnosed with cancer each day, with sadly nearly 3,700 of those dying every year. But the money raised from each daffodil purchase will help fund research into a much-needed cause.
Trying to work out how we can block them and how we can make the treatments quicker and better.
Know how important it is for them to get money. Everything is so expensive and they need money to field research.
The daffodil, a symbol of hope to all who have been touched by cancer. Anyone wishing to make a further donation can visit the Cancer Council website. Garth Burley, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, startups in Whyalla soon to reap the benefits of a new innovation hub, and final touches for this weekend's corn races. Hello again. The Whyalla Innovation and Collaboration Centre at UniSA has officially opened, and local startups are soon to reap the benefits. The centre is hoped to be a step forward in fostering technology businesses in the region.
Launching the Innovation Hub, some of the first businesses who signed up to join the Venture Catalyst program.
If we can get those skills filled through both training our young people, encouraging people to move here, and through our skilled migration program, Whyalla will return to being a boom town.
The process wasn't short, with the idea of a regional collaboration centre in motion for months, a government donation of $150,000 pushing the incentive forward.
To try and help the community, to try and flesh out some of the entrepreneurial ideas and the people with, startup proposals. We've got programs, we've got events.
Incubator type programs available will help businesses to grow in this advanced technological space.
The facilities are terrific, and I can see this being a hub of ideas and a hub of entrepreneurship, and this will be great for building business confidence.
And small businesses are already benefiting, receiving professional mentoring.
Like-minded, positive people have the opportunity to get mentorship that'll help my business to thrive, help me not to make the mistakes that most small businesses come across.
A startup weekend is planned for the 6th of September, with Whyalla locals encouraged to attend.
If you don't have an idea and you want to form a team, it's a good way to actually work with some other new people you may not know, bring all your different skill sets together and then, realise that opportunity.
For those interested, information can be found online. Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Organisers of the Global Maintenance Conference are heralding the two-day event a success, with record numbers packing into Port Pirie's Northern Festival Centre. The Energy and Mining meeting also raising over $4,500 for Beyond Blue.
What they do to help people in the workplace and the people in our industry, we think it's really important work, so we're very proud to be able to help.
The baton has now been passed to Whyalla, who will host the conference next year. The future of the proposed Coltana solar farm and renewable energy in the Spencer Gulf has dominated discussions at a forum in Whyalla today. 42 members of South Australia's Governor's Leadership Foundation touching down to attend.
Governors gathering at today's Leadership Forum to learn about the proposed 280 megawatt Coltana solar farm.
We've got people from all different sectors. We've got people from the business sector, people from the commercial sector and people from the not-for-profit sector, and they're all senior leaders.
The CIMAC Energy CEO giving this group a one-on-one on solar energy, including how the farm is going to be built and challenges that may be faced.
Everything around the development phase of constructing a wind farm, but we're also talking to them about community and how important it is to include and keep community well abreast as to what we're doing.
Traditional leaders also attending.
Great development for Whyalla, provides employment for the local. But as we know, we can't get many jobs here in Whyalla. Yeah, but no, it's been great.
Jobs a hot topic, with 350 construction positions currently up for grabs.
as many locals to jump on this opportunity and maximise it, because this is going to be the first of a number of opportunities around construction jobs that are going to be coming to Whyalla in the foreseeable future.
This is exactly where the solar farm will be built, with construction expected to start end of the year.
This is going to be a massive site. There'll be 800,000 panels. We want to make sure that the community feels involved in it as much as we are.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Members of the Corn Jockey Club are bracing for an influx of up to 1,000 racegoers for this weekend's annual race day. Volunteers working hard over the last month to make sure the facilities are in tip-top shape.
With under 24 hours to go before the hooves hit the track, every man and his dog are lending a hand in preparation.
Track's looking really great. Had a big rock pick yesterday to get rid of the rocks.
The annual Corn Cup ready to roll into town tomorrow, bringing with it punters from all over the state.
The average crowd each year is about 800 to 1,000. You'd have Port Augusta, Jamestown, Ceduna, obviously Corn, Adelaide.
The 6-race program adding an extra gallop this year to meet a demand of horses and trainers wanting to get involved.
You got the 2 1400s, 2 12s, the Cup over 1900 and then the 1100's the last race.
The fashions on the field will return again for the big and small, and if the thoroughbreds aren't enough excitement for the kids, there's plenty of other entertainment.
We've got free face painting and free bouncing castle, permitting that the weather's not too windy like last year.
With not a spare bed in town, the Cup is shaping up as Corn's biggest yearly event before it's even begun.
It attracts a lot of people that used to live in Corn and the district. Everyone comes back to catch up with friends and family for the weekend.
The gates will open at 10 a.m. Garth Burley, 7 Spencer Golf News.
And Port Lincoln is gearing up for its annual country show, with organisers frantically working on the finishing touches for this year's event. The show is set to open its gates this Sunday with entertainment planned for all ages.
A few final touches, with workers racing against the clock to get everything ready for the Port Lincoln show. This year's event set to change things up from previous years.
Well, the show's a little bit different this year. No rides from Adelaide, gone all locally based businesses. Scotty Easton's here with all his wonderful little activities for the kids.
Visitors will also get the chance to make use of a new bar, helping transform a section of the showground into a parent's getaway, with live music and food all on offer.
We've got paella, we've got some vegetarian food, we've got a seafood barbecue happening, and then all your beautiful show foods that we'd normally have going out here.
Visitors also getting the chance to explore the aquaculture program, with tuna, kingfish, oysters and octopus all on display.
It's about education, straight up. It's about a lot of interaction with kids and right up to adults. Actually, we've got a bit here for everybody.
This year also introduces the first art competition, with a dozen artists submitting their work, all on display in the main building.
The weather's going to be perfect on the day. It might be a bit fresh, rug up, but it's not going to rain.
Doors open at 9 o'clock this Sunday. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. The experts share their footy tips for this weekend, and we'll have the weather with Brit. Welcome back. Let's start off in Port Pirie for this weekend's footy tips.
Hello and welcome to round 16 of SGO Football. With just 2 minor rounds left and the 4 not set, things are getting interesting. At Port Augusta's Central Oval, it's South hosting Solly's. These sides have already met 3 times this year, with Solly's holding the upper hand 2 games to 1. I'm tipping South to square the ledger. In Port Pirie, we've got 2 games, with Port hosting West at Port Oval and the Lions taking on Central at Memorial Oval. Port are yet to win a match this season and will find it tough against West, who need to win to move into the 4. I'm tipping West. The Lions will be looking for a big win over Central to impress the 77 and 79 premiership sides, who will be in attendance on the day. I'm tipping the Lions.
Last round of Whyalla football coming up this weekend. The top 3 are going to play the bottom 3, so no big surprises coming up. Friday night football, Central Whyalla versus Roona Bay. Both teams are playing finals, but Central's in great form and they should win. Saturday, North Whyalla versus Rapina. Roos haven't had a great season. They're going to finish with another loss as North get back on the winning track. And finally, West Whyalla versus South Whyalla. It's top versus bottom. West will win.
After a long season, it comes down to this, the final minor round games here in Broken Hill. West plays South at Jubilee Oval. In 1 week's time, West are in a prelim final. South will have the week off. they go straight to the grand final. What's going to happen tomorrow? I'll tell you what's going to happen. South will win by 60 points. West are going to rest a number of key players ahead of the prelim final in 1 week's time. For Central, their season of misery will finish tomorrow at Memorial Oval when they play North. The Magpies have not won a game in 2019. It's been very tough on and off the field. They're building, but they won't win tomorrow. North to beat Central at Memorial Oval and South to defeat West at Jubilee.
Now for a look at the weekend weather, here's Britt Aylen.
Thanks, Louise, and good evening. We've had a sunny day about the region with maximum temperatures sitting in the early to mid-30s. Port Augusta with the top temp about the Gulf at 23 degrees, Whyalla 22, Port Pirie 21, Broken Hill 20 degrees, Port Lincoln and Adelaide both reaching a top of 19 today. To the skies, looking generally cloud-free due to dry winds leading to a mild day and night with help from strengthening northerly gusts. Speaking of the winds on the Gulf waters tomorrow, southwesterly winds at up to 20 knots with seas at 1.5 metres. And it's going to be partly cloudy with wet conditions expected for some parts of the region. Port Augusta and Broken Hill looking warm, both reaching a max of 23 degrees tomorrow. Corn 22, Whyalla 20, Port Pirie 19, Woodner 18, Kadina 17, Clare, Port Lincoln and Cleve all expecting tops of 16 degrees and a cooler day for Coffin Bay with a top of 14. Looking ahead to the weekend now, both Port Lincoln and Cleve expecting showers for Saturday, remaining mostly cloudy over the next few days. Woodner, fine and partly cloudy conditions should continue through the remainder of the week. Whyalla, partly cloudy over the weekend with temperatures averaging 15 degrees. Partly cloudy days ahead for Port Augusta and Kadina. Port Augusta with a top of 23, Kadina 17. Port Pirie, partly cloudy through the weekend and early next week. Clare, showers expected Saturday, cooler conditions rolling in on Sunday. Broken Hill, bright and sunny on Saturday with temperatures dropping over the next couple of days. And with that, Louise, it's the end of the forecast. Very much enjoying our matching accessories today to support Daffodil Day.
Certainly a very important cause. Thank you for that, Britt. And that's your local news this week. Thank you for joining us. We'll have updates later, but until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.